Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Dakota, the place where we try to make sense of the money-making world. And today we're talking about Advent Technologies Holdings Inc. and what they've been up to lately. So the big news from Advent Technologies is that they've totally wrapped up a loan deal from way back in August. They received a loan of about $418,000 that came with some special conditions and a deal to buy more of the company's stock. But here's the twist, they paid it all back on September 11th this year, and the good news is they paid it back with zero interest and met all the requirements. That means this loan is officially done and dusted. Now, this filing does mention their common stock, which is valued at a tiny fraction of a cent per share. Think of it like this: for every 10,000 shares, there's literally $1, but it's a symbol of ownership in the company itself. They also have these things called warrants, and these are basically options that give people the right to buy shares of the company's stock at a set price. In this case, that price is a pretty steep $345 per share. It suggests that the company likely expects its stock to grow a lot in value for these warrants to be valuable to anyone holding them. This part of the filing basically confirms the par value for their common stock, again highlighting how little each individual share is technically worth on paper, but this doesn't tell the whole story about the company's actual value. And when we talk about money in these reports, we're usually talking about US dollars, the currency used for financial transactions in the United States. This tells us we're looking at quantities of shares of stock, the fundamental building blocks of ownership in a publicly traded company. And the person signing off on this report is Gary Herman, the Chief Executive Officer of Advent Technologies Holdings Inc., making him the top executive responsible for the company's overall performance and strategy. So what does all this mean for Advent Technologies? Well, the big takeaway here is the successful closure of that loan agreement. Paying off debt, especially interest-free debt, is always a positive sign for a company. It means they had the cash flow to meet their obligations and avoid potentially costly interest payments. This frees up their resources to focus on growing the business rather than servicing debt. While the filing doesn't give us a deep dive into their current financial performance, a clean debt slate is a great foundation. It suggests responsible financial management and a company that's successfully navigating its early stages. The mention of warrants at a high exercise price also hints at their ambition for substantial future growth. Investors who hold these warrants are betting on significant stock appreciation to make them worthwhile. Overall, Advent Technology seems to be making steady progress in tidying up its financial arrangements. The focus now shifts to how effectively they can leverage this financial stability to execute their business strategy and drive that growth which the warrants seem to anticipate. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.